Hello and welcome to the Startup Queen podcast. I'm Remy, a startup business coach and visibility strategist for startup businesses. I will help you build a powerful digital online business right out the gate. I help you reset your mindset and help you create that online course or that membership program, that freebie opt-in that you want to create, or even that ebook that you've been meaning to write. My superpower is that I don't just tell you what to do, but I also show you how to do it. In these podcasts that are created for business startups, I hope that you'll get a taste of what it's like to work with me, the Business Startup Queen. Now let's get to this week's episode. So thanks for tuning in, guys, for another episode of the Startup Queen podcast. This week I am sharing with you a live training session that I delivered last week inside my Facebook community. So in case you didn't know, every Friday I show up and deliver free business startup training inside my community. Now, if you want to come and join us, it's called the Business Startup Network. Set up and grow your small business. You will find us on Facebook and you will be very welcome to come and join us. So this is a replay, essentially. This is a replay of a live recording. And obviously, I'm going to be talking about things that I am sharing on the screen. So what you're going to have to do in this podcast is use your imagination or come and join me in the group to see the video for yourself. But yeah, it's still very self-explanatory of how you as a startup business owner can create your own very simple, very easy to create simple content marketing plan that will keep you on track with posting daily or regularly, and also making sure you are showing up with something to say about your business and that you no longer have any blocks or reasons not to be visible with your business. Because that's how we attract sales, guys. We've got to be visible. People have to know what we're selling. People have to see us, get to know, like, and trust us in order for them to buy from us. So make sure you get yourself a content marketing plan, and you can use this very simple, free way that I'm going to explain to you in this week's episode to create your very own simple content marketing plan. All right, enjoy the episode. Hi guys, so in this video I am going to be talking you through how to create a very simple marketing content plan. It's not going to be the most deep and meaningful content plan ever, but what it is a very simple plan to get you started so that you can take away this excuse of, oh, I don't know what to write about today, so I'm not going to write anything. This gives you 4 solid weeks of content to talk about so that every day you have something to share with the world about your business. So to get started, use a software that you are most comfortable with. In this video, I'm going to be using Google Sheets, which is Google's equivalent of Microsoft. They have something called Excel, which you may have heard of. If you don't have Excel, you can sign up to Gmail and it will give you free access to Sheets, which is the equivalent of Excel, or you could do this in Microsoft Word, or you could do it in Google Docs as well. You could just create a table inside of a Word document if you wanted to. You could also get really fancy if you are comfortable using Trello or Asana. These are software apps that organize your work. Then go ahead and do this in one of those. But for the purposes of this video, we are going to be creating it inside Google Sheets. So if you just go to your normal Google search engine and type in sheets.google.com, and it will take you here, and you can just click on the first one here. Again, you need to sign in if you don't have an account. If you do already have a Gmail account, it may just sign you in automatically. And once you are in, go to the left corner. There's one that's called blank, and I want you to tap on the blank new spreadsheet. So The first thing I'd like you to do is go to the top left where it says Untitled Spreadsheet and just type in here, my content plan. Call it marketing plan if you want to. And now, before we start inputting into this sheet, what I want you to do is I want you to think about 3 or 4 key themes for your business or your service or your product that you offer. Now, when I say key themes, I want you to think about 3 or 4 things that you can continuously talk about that represent your service, your brand, or your product over and over again so that your messaging is always on point. So I'll give you some examples. So myself, I am a business startup coach. So my 3 or 4 key areas that I like to talk about in the content that I create, so my marketing plan, is number 1, business fundamentals, because I help business startups. So I go through a lot of the fundamental stuff that a business owner would need to know at the early stages of their business. So that would be a core theme for me. And that might be something I put into a column inside of this content plan. Apologies, my nose has suddenly become all blocked up, so I sound a bit sniffly. A second column for me and a core value and a core theme for my business would be marketing. I talk a lot about online marketing. I'm a social media coach first and foremost. So a lot of that stuff, online marketing, goes into a core value. Sales and selling, online selling. Again, another core value of something I teach would be a theme that I put into this content marketing plan. And the fourth thing that I would talk about regularly and consistently is about mindset, because mindset is something I do a lot with my clients one-to-one and what I'll be doing a lot of inside of my membership, because you have to have the right mindset if you want to become a business owner and a business coach, and you really have to have a really strong mindset if you want to become a successful and a profitable business owner. So we do a lot of mindset work, so that would be like the fourth column or the fourth pillar in my content marketing plan. So you need to get 4 for your business, and 4 things, 4 core things that really describe your business. Another example might be a hairdresser. So let's say we were looking at a hairdresser, and we were trying to put together a content plan so that they could put out content every day about their hair salon. So one of their core themes might be customer service. Now might be how their salon works, how it might be that we answer the phone in less than 3 rings. That could be a piece of content about how you book into the salon. Do you book online or do you phone up to book? Customer service might be about any training that the staff have gone on to learn about how to look after their customer service, because customer service is a really strong part of a hairdressing salon or brand, in that their customers want to know that they're looked after. Another theme might be the products that they use. Do they use organic? Do they use cruelty-free? That could be a core theme for them. Selling the products that they use would be the thing that might attract people to come into their salon. And then styles might be another category that they use. Excuse me, let's blow my nose. It's so blocked. That's better. Apologies for that. So that could be some themes that a hairdresser might use. So what I want to do now is jump onto this spreadsheet and show you an example of how we could build a very simple content marketing plan. Now, I have copied and pasted this out from another sheet that I've just made. I've just typed it up, but just to save time, I've copied and pasted it, and now I'm just going to walk you through how this works. So you will see here, I've written up the top of this table, week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. So there's 4 columns there. So essentially that's a month's worth of content. And then here down on the left column, I've given you 7 days of the week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So again, across the top, we have the weeks, and down the side, we have the days of the week. And then in the grey, I'm just going to expand this a little bit so you can see. So this row that I'm going to highlight now, that's in grey, these are my 4 themes, or my 4 content pillars, as some people like to call them, for my business. So one of the core things for me is business fundamentals, because I work with business startups, marketing, online marketing, sales, how to sell online, where to sell online, what you should do to close a sale, all of that stuff is my third column. And then fourth column is mindset, getting in the right mindset to become a business owner, shedding limiting beliefs, and creating a really healthy money mindset. Those are the type of things that I would then go and put into the columns that I'm now going to explain. So if we look at this yellow column here, I've only filled in one just for time, but I wanted to give you an idea of how you would use a sheet like this. So the left column, the first column that says business fundamentals, I'm just going to highlight it so you're clear which one we are talking about, which is this column here. I've put in on Monday, I want to talk about ideal clients. Now, I've not written the content in, I've just given an overarching theme that on Monday, on week 1, I'm going to talk about ideal clients. On Tuesday of week 1, in the business fundamentals category, I'm going to talk about niche. What is a niche? Why you should have a niche. All the things about niche, I'm going to talk about on a Tuesday of week 1. On Wednesday, I'm going to talk about systems. So again, for a business startup, what are the systems that you need to create and have set up and put in place to start your own business? So whether that's email systems, accounting systems, content creating systems, we talk about that on a Wednesday in week 1. On a Thursday, the offer. Are you creating a course, an online course? Are you creating an online membership, an ebook? What are you creating? That, and how do you create it? That is what I'm going to talk about every Thursday of week 1 when I'm talking about business fundamentals. Facebook. So on a Friday of week 1 in business fundamentals themed week, I'm going to talk about Facebook, all the things about Facebook, a Facebook profile, Facebook business page, Facebook groups, Facebook lives, all of anything related to Facebook. I'm going to create content on that day of week 1 in the business fundamentals theme. And then on Saturday, I've just got memes. So that means I'm just going to share something that's fun, light-hearted, that's related to business. So what I would do is I'll go and find a really funny meme related to business or to business startups, and I will share it on a Saturday. And every time we recycle around to this, it will be a different meme. And then on Sunday, I might share some social proof or a testimonial that supports that I am a business startup coach, and here are some of the clients that I've worked with. And if this was for you, if you don't yet have any social proof or testimonials, you would just put in something else that comes in under the business fundamentals category. So that might be something like a low ticket offer or a high ticket offer, and then explaining what the differences were. So how we use this is that all of these in this box here in the yellow column, all of these are triggers. And so it just means when I open my content plan, I have something to talk about. It doesn't mean I've already written it, but it just means, right, on Friday next week, I'm going back to week 1. I'm going to talk about Facebook. So I now have an idea of something I can talk about that's related to my business, that will attract people into my business to learn more about me and to learn more about my business. And this is why we have these overarching themes. And then I would go over to the marketing column and I would fill in again the Monday to Sunday with 7 overarching themes that I can talk about for marketing. And then for week 3, I would go to the green column and I would fill in 7 overarching themes that I can talk about to do with sales that would help a business startup person. And then for week 4, Monday to Sunday, again, I would go to this column and I'd put in 7 overarching mindset related topics that I can talk about off the cuff in there, so it's good to go. So when this is completed, you would have every one of these boxes, that's 28 boxes, 7 for each week, and there's 4 weeks. They will all have something written in as almost like a trigger word for you to create content for that day. And then what I would do is if you can see at the bottom here, there's a tab here that says Sheet. So this page is just at the moment called Sheet. You can rename it. But if you look to the left of Sheet, there's a plus button. I'm going to click that plus button, and it's got Sheet 2. I'm just going to rename it straight away. I'm going to call it Archive. There we go, and we hit Enter. And we go back to Sheet 1. And then in Sheet 1, I'm just going to copy these four themes. So we've got business fundamentals, marketing, sales, and mindset. And I'm going to go back to Archive, and I'm going to paste them here into, this is the spare sheet called Archive. I've now got four categories again, or sorry, 4 columns again. And what I would do is every single time I posted, I would copy that post and I would put a date in the left column, so the date that I've published something or put something on a Facebook post or an Instagram post, and then I would copy in here the content that I've posted. So what I am doing is I'm creating an archive of all the posts that I've done for business fundamentals, all the posts I've done for marketing, all the posts I've done for sales, and all the posts I've done for mindset. It's all stored somewhere, so I don't have to keep scrolling through my Facebook business page, or I don't have to keep scrolling through LinkedIn or Instagram. It will all be here in a little archive. It's not going to be the prettiest, it's not going to be the most organized, but it's all in one place. If you want pretty and organized, I suggest you go and try Trello or Asana, because they will make this categorizing and this organizing look much more seamless and more beautiful. But again, this is a really simple way just to get started. And the reason we want to archive is because I want you to be repurposing and reusing these contents when you need to. I'm just going to jump back to the main sheet, which is here. And so let me just explain quickly how to use this. So on week 1, you would go down and you would use all 7 of these sort of overarching topics. So on Monday, you do ideal client. Wednesday, you do systems. Sunday, you do social proof and testimonials. And then week 2, you go down and you go through your list. Week 3, you go down and through your list. And week 4, you go down and through your list. And when you get to the end of week 4, you go back to week 1. But let's just say, as an example, this sheet you're looking at now, let's say this was for January, right? This is January, and you've got 4 weeks in January. So when you get to the end of January and you start February again, and you start at week 1 and you go down. But you don't have to do the same ideal client topic that you did in January. You do a different ideal client topic. So again, January, your ideal client content that you create on the Monday of your first week, it might be a simple post about what is an ideal client. That could be your January content. And then your February content on week 1 in your business fundamentals column about ideal client might be something like how to expand and define who your ideal client is more clearly. So do you see that we are still talking about ideal client, but they're 2 different posts about the same topic? And then in March, you will do another ideal client topic in week 1 of business fundamentals, and it might be looking at your ideal client, where to find your ideal clients online. Do they depending on their age, do they show up on Facebook or do they show up on LinkedIn? So that might be a 3rd different category. And so again, you use these overarching topics as like the header, and then underneath that you create new content each time you recycle around and you come back to each of those weeks. Now, I suggest you have at least three core themes. 4 would be the sweet number. Don't have 1 or 2, it's not enough. And don't have more than 6 columns, because your message is going to get lost. So I would try to keep it between 3 to 4 of these columns if you can. If you have more, then you need to niche all of that down, and perhaps some of them might need to combine into 2 columns. So 2 like topics might need to come into 1 column if you have too much stuff. That's it. I mean, and then as I've said, you use your archive, you keep anything you post, you keep it somewhere stored. Again, the easiest way is just to store them in their sort of themed categories for now, sort that out a bit later. But yeah, this is a very simple content marketing plan that you can get up and running inside of Excel, inside of Sheets, in your Google Doc. You could literally create this table inside of a Google Doc. You fill in the fields, you choose your 3 or 4 themes, and then you do some overarching topics, as I've shown you here in the business fundamentals column here, the yellow column, and you create that for your own business. It's really, really simple, and it removes the excuse of you saying, oh, I don't know what to write about today, so I'm just not going to write about anything. I want you to remove that hurdle. So create this, a very simple content plan. I will, if you want me to, I will drop a link to this as a template that you can just go to and download, and pop that somewhere around this video, either up or below, so that you can just download this very simple template and use it yourself to create your very first content marketing plan. I hope that's been really useful, and yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.